from the bottom to top. Feelings don't matter when the truth's laid bare. No nonsense, come at us if you dare. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night. Fight the woke mob, cancel their crying. Truth on the mic while they keep lying. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night. Fight the woke mob, cancel their crying. Truth on the mic while they keep lying. Podcast warriors, ain't afraid to shout. Make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise. Fighting woke mobs and the cancel toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truth to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night.
Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Leo from To The Point Podcast with Mike, Leo, and Vince. Welcome back again to another Wednesday evening. And today is
Wednesday.
What's going on, guys?
Wednesday. That's what I said, didn't I?
Yeah, it's April 22nd.
Wednesday.
Today is
Yes.
Earth Day.
It
Don't
is.
forget, guys, today is Earth Day. So make sure you do your little part, pick up a little trash, help out the earth where we live in, that
Don't-
we, as of 2026, we have just discovered that the earth is not flat, guys.
Well, it depends on who you talk to.
Uh,
Some people would argue that hasn't been proven. Show up, Filthies, on the second Thursday of each month, and you can bring that topic
Yeah.
to
for
And-
sure.
The last one proved no matter how crazy the topic, we can discuss it.
For sure. But if you think about it, though, the other day someone mentioned something to me, or I read somewhere, I believe I read something, that we all have the same 20. Think about it, though. I was thinking about it the other day so hard, man. And I just cannot stop thinking about it. It's just crazy. I have 24 hours. You have 24 hours. Vince, you have 24 hours. Everybody has 24 hours in one day, right? So you got to choose wisely nowadays how you spend those 24 hours, because there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of AIs. There's just a lot of stuff that is out there. But then there's also just you got to know how to use your time wisely. You know,
Make it count.
make it count. We're only on this earth one time. Make sure you guys hug your loved ones. Go out there, do what you got to do. We have one life. Everybody has 24 hours. Make sure you do what you need to do, and put the people that you need to put in those 24 hours, and have fun, man. That's all I gotta say.
When you have kids and you hear the statistic,
Especially.
like where you spend,
How much
you
time
know
you
your
spend.
children more as an adult as you do as children. So
sure.
you should be more present in the now, for
Yeah.
sure.
So,
There's
yeah,
a
so make sure you-
YouTuber that I used to watch. One of the things I used to like that he would say would, every day just try to make your life a little better. What are you doing
For sure.
today to make your life a little better for tomorrow? Something, whether it's just eating a little better, getting a little exercise, something.
So that's my little inspiration for today. We all have 24 hours in a day. Make sure you know how to spend those 24 hours. Spend them wisely. Spend them with the people you love. Spend them with the right person, with the family, your kids, whoever you want to spend those 24 hours. Spend them with them because time does not go back. It just
DT
keeps
is
on moving
happy to
forward.
spend one of those hours
So-
with us today.
For sure. So thank you guys
Appreciate
again
that.
for being here on April 22nd, Earth Day. Let's go. What do we got
Yeah.
on this agenda, Mike?
Well, first of all, you know, it is an Earth Day, and like you said, do your part. I mean, whether you believe in global warming or not, it's still where we all live. Don't be that person that litters. If you can get involved, get involved. But if not, you just see some trash, pick
Yeah.
some trash up,
That's
For
one of
sure,
the things
yeah.
I
or,
love.
or don't use plastic for a day or
I
a
love
week.
to go ride my side by side out at River Ranch, and one of the things that absolutely drives me nuts is, you know, you'll stop at some of the spots. It's a common spot for people to stop and hang out, and you know, and you just see all the trash that people leave, and it's like, you know, if you had a room in your vehicle to bring it there, you can take it back home with you too.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. The dog in that. I don't know who's doing the hot rod
no,
or
yeah.
what.
Somebody's
No, but it's just
Got
crazy.
me all thrown off. So
yeah.
before we
but-
get into
but-
it,
but
happy
they-
birthday to my mother-in-law, my late mother-in-law, Susan Chatfield,
Happy birthday.
DeLuca.
Happy
So
birthday.
just want to shout out to her, and we miss you back home. So before we get into all that, you want to talk about Earth Day anymore?
Yeah, it's still, I've been into like this Earth Day. There's like, I don't know if it's spiritual. There's
You didn't
kinda
stop
like,
wearing deodorant,
what's up,
did
John?
you?
No. Since these people went
You
up
stopped
to
wearing
space.
deodorant.
No,
You're
no,
making your own
since
soap.
No.
Okay.
I just been, reading more about like the earth and like crazy stuff. Like, time just does not stop. It just keeps moving forward. So make sure everybody is on the right page at the right time and everything will come.
We got. I mean, you already called out DT's already in
what's
the
up,
house.
DT?
DT, we still gotta make sure you get your shirt, unless you got it already, and I don't know. But spending one of my 24 hours is cool to spend with y'all, and if y'all had a joint, it's make it a whole lot cooler. Yeah, if we had a joint. Who
Check-
said we didn't?
Check that off.
What's up, John? Thanks for jumping in. Patchouli oil. I don't know what that is, but I've heard of it. I think. I don't know. Anyways, coming up, linear time is an illusion. That's something that a lot of people can argue. I've heard that Neil deGrasse, I think, talk about it, and it's definitely something we should talk about at Filthy's.
Yeah.
Earlier, DT had
Do a
said
whole show
something.
on
DT had mentioned something about getting gas at Wawa today.
Oh,
I got
no,
gas today. I was, pretty much on E. $98.58 to fill my tank. Freaking nuts.
You're telling me I filled up yesterday and we're already down a third, It's crazy.
$100.
DT John says the shirt's on the way. And if John says it's on the way, it's on the way. Oh my God, that dog seemed to drive me crazy. But DT said fuel prices in IRC have come down in general. We're still high, no pun intended.
Yeah.
$52 for 13 gallons. Yeah. Wawa and Gifford. I get mine at Sam's. It tends to be a lot cheaper. What is that, DT? X4?
Oh, it's
What
for
is X
shirt
for?
size, maybe?
I don't know what X4
Oh,
is.
an extra X. I don't know.
X4 what?
X
Shirt size,
4X.
maybe.
4X.
I don't know.
Probably he wants a 4X
I don't
shirt.
know if that's what you sent me in the email, though. I don't know. I forwarded it to John, so no, sir. 10-4. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
He had that joint.
I love it.
He had that joint. That's what it is.
All right. So, anyways, coming up in September, Warrior Shield weekend. It's cheap. The concert is not expensive. I thought it was more than it was, but it's only $40 a person for the Friday night, and you'll see artists like Bo Bice from American Idol. He's actually a pretty good artist off that crap. But Natasha Owens, who does sing at Mar-a-Lago, and she recently came out with a song against Bruce Springsteen and his woke shit. And a bunch of other awesome artists too, and it goes to a good cause. This year they're supporting the Border Patrol Foundation, and I believe if you're a veteran or a first responder, it's free to get in. It was a pretty great time. The guy from Battleship in the wheelchair, Colonel Gatson,
Yeah,
he's an actor and a veteran.
Right.
He's there, and you can actually sponsor him to go if you want, and he's just an all around great guy. And then one of the moms from Flight 193 that went down in the field in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
the one of the moms, she's always there too. So it's a great event. They do a whole weekend thing if you're really into it. For me, the concert's probably the most of it, but we'll do a stream there on that Friday, I believe, possibly Saturday. And Dale and Jim from Two Guys in One Coup, they'll be there. Hopefully, some of the guys to my left or right will be there, and John possibly. It's just right up in Orlando at the
It's your boy
Rosin
Leo.
Center. It's a great place to stay, and it's entertaining. At least last year it was entertaining. I'm sure this year won't be any different. So, real quick, here is the Warrior Shield weekend. Warrior Shield Foundation. We'll be right back.
There's a kind of strength you can't buy or borrow. It's born in the fire, tempered by sacrifice, and carried by those who never stopped serving. Some heroes wear uniforms. Others wear scars. They're veterans, first responders, and Gold Star families. Men and women who gave everything and still keep giving. At the Warrior Shield Foundation, we stand beside them, shoulder to shoulder, providing the support, the care, and the community they deserve. We're a proud non-profit, a 501c3, built to protect those who protect us. We don't just serve our own. We help other non-profits reach their missions too, because together, we make the Shield stronger. Donate and help our cause, help their cause, because every act of kindness builds hope where the battle still rages inside. Join the mission. Donate today. Visit warriorshield.org, because heroes deserve a foundation as strong as their sacrifice.
That was funny. It's probably a good thing you can't really hear and see us, but yeah, Warrior Shield Foundation. It's a great event. I don't know enough about it to really speak on it. I went last year. I've watched Dale and Jim there for 2 years in a row, and it's a great event. I thought it was really cool, and the concert was awesome. And I can't really participate in the silent auction because we don't have a lot of money.
Nah.
But going to a $40 concert to see
That
some
saves
of
a
these
lot.
guys sing a bunch of patriotic music, and it's rock and roll, it's country. Even the opener last year was not anybody's type of music there, but it was all right. They were welcome.
Right.
And there was some people that you'd be surprised that were there, but they were welcomed with open arms, unlike what they say about people that are patriotic or MAGA or whatever. But this year they're supporting Leo. Who are they supporting this year?
They're supporting the Border Patrol.
The Border Patrol Foundation.
That is correct.
Not the Border Patrol, but the
No,
Border Patrol Foundation.
Yeah.
And they support families affected in the line of duty. And so that's all they do. Like with the money they raise all year long goes to the organization they're supporting, which is always, and it's vetted to be either veteran run and veteran benefited, or just like whoever benefits from the charity has to be veteran or first responder. So it's pretty cool. And it's a great time. So might as well get on the boat. But yeah.
Yeah.
They do a gator hunt and a range day with the guys from Benghazi, to the CIA officers that survived the attack in Benghazi under, Hillary Clinton.
Maybe we get Leo to do the gator hunt.
I think you got to.
don't
I
think so.
think you have to raffle for it or auction
Yeah.
it off. I'm not sure. All that we don't have that kind of money
No.
to spend. So, that's anyways. But yeah,
We broke.
yeah, we broke. So what's been in the news? Like, what is going on?
Well,
with this?
Vero Beach people still have not found the murderer
Yeah,
that
crazy.
murdered 2 people here in Vero Beach and in Inver County. He's still on the loose, and I'm surprised. I'm pretty sure, probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but he is not a threat to the society.
Well, that's what they
Surprising.
first said, and then they come out and said, "Well, there's a gun missing along with him," and we were talking about this online. I guess I forget where it was. Let me
I
pull
mean,
it.
I
See
don't
what
think
the people are saying.
it's like what we had said before. I don't think he's a threat, unless I mean, if you see him and you're going to try to turn him in, then he's going to be a threat to you, maybe. But I don't think he's just a general threat to the public.
Well, if he's desperate and he's
But-
wanted for double homicide,
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm
I
saying,
think it's safe to say he's a threat to somebody.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to turn him in and he suspects it, then yeah, he might be a threat. But I don't think if he's even around, like I would think he's long gone by now. I wonder if he's even alive.
Well, I wondered the same thing. Like maybe he went off and committed suicide somewhere. This is our post on Indian River Connections, and it's funny you brought that. Not funny you brought it up, but it's true. Weeks after a shocking double homicide outside the Indian River County Library, the suspect is still nowhere to be found. No arrest, no body, no answers. Police say he walked into the ocean, but was that the end or just the beginning? Did he drown? Did he come back out? Or is he still out there?
See-
The case rocked the community, and it's still not closed. And it's only being dealt with by the local police department, who doesn't have, in my opinion, doesn't have the resources to handle a double homicide.
No,
like
this should definitely be FBI and beyond right now. But I mean, at first I thought, well, maybe he did drown. Maybe he got ate by sharks. But I don't know. Maybe, I mean, like after he drowned.
could be. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the more I think about it, most people that drowned around a beach, the body ends up washing ashore.
Right.
So you would think that would be the most likely case, that the body would have been found.
I think he came back on shore because,
Yeah.
I mean, what's the coincidence in those residents exactly kind of where it would have been north of his entry? What's the chances of residents helping somebody back on shore
Right.
that's been swimming a lot?
Right.
And it just doesn't add up to me.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, so some of the comments, people think he had planned it to go into the ocean, go to the truck, change his wet clothes, and take off in another car. People
That very
think he
well
had
could
some
be it.
connections. Some lady said she rescued him a couple weeks ago. She asked him if she should call 911. He turned it down and walked away. Yeah, was that the one behind the towers over there on Beachside? It's amazing we can see Mars from Earth clearer than we can see a man walking down the beach. Right, because in that photo is the best that the police department gave to us. I think the truck was a plant. The affair story isn't the real motive. They were all into something that couldn't get out. And he was taken out as an alligator shit by now, as an agitator.
So they're saying that he got eaten by an alligator?
Look at this fucking meme though. I don't know. Maybe.
There's no alligators in the ocean.
I can't help but laugh at it. He's like, yeah. He's fucking taking out. Did they ever send a dive team? Where are they going to dive to? He was 900 yards offshore
At the beach.
when
where-
the fire department talked to
Yeah.
him.
And
Didn't know who he was.
yeah, there's nothing to dive for. If he died right there near the beach, it would have washed ashore.
I think if he walked into the ocean, the Coast Guard should have. Well, after they realized that there's a murderer on the loose, and that was probably him, the Coast Guard was involved in the search.
Yeah, and they would have reacted
But you're
different.
talking hours later. This happened at like 7 something in the morning. I think all this was around like 11. Yeah, take her in with you, please.
What up, bro?
So amazing that this day and age with the surveillance and phone cameras, recorders, that someone can actually get away with murder. By the way, where's Nancy Guthrie? Nancy Guthrie, I believe, was the wife of the restaurant owner of the Quilted Giraffe, right?
Oh, they found her.
Did they find her though?
Yeah, a while back they finally found her, not too far from the quilted where she was
In
taken.
the mangroves, was she?
Yeah, right down the end of the road of where Oslo ends, all the way down there. There's a boat ramp.
Yeah, but
they
that's
found
still
her pretty
a
near
cold
there.
case too.
Yeah,
Is that who that is though?
If that, I don't know for sure. But if that's who it is, if it was the wife of the owner of the Quilted Giraffe, they did find her finally. That was it. Probably took 2 years for them to find her body.
Yeah, that's
Might have
crazy.
been longer.
John thinks he went to Cuba. First, it was said that he walked onto the beach and was never seen again. Now, this is saying that he walked into the ocean. Yeah, I don't think you all even want to try to find out where the F he's at. You're just making shit up at this point. Well, this post was based off information released by the police department. So they got him already. Fish food, maybe, says Distant V. Who's worth a follow? He does some good local critical thinking locally. So that's that. Yeah, I'm glad you kind of brought that up, Leo, because it's kind of been bothering me. You don't see it now. All of a sudden, we start raising more concerns weeks later on social media. Then the police chief wants to sit down with one of the local media stations that has TV bandwidth.
Well, like you
So-
kind of said, at this point, I think the fact that it's still just a local police it needs a little more behind it than just our local
Yeah, for
PD.
sure.
Because clearly they mishandled it in the beginning, and I think they're just trying to cover shit up now.
News. Oh, no. That's not the one.
What?
That's not the Quilted Giraffe's wife.
Who is it?
Nancy Guthrie is the newscaster's mother out in Arizona, I think it is. It's been missing since February.
Oh
1st.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't believe I forgot that. Guthrie, I was thinking something else. Sorry, Caps. No, you're good. It's whatever. Yeah. Thanks, DT. I'm so
Quit
glad
yelling
DT's
at
with
us.
He ain't dead. He's now in Vegas dressed as a fat Elvis impersonator.
Hey,
Yeah, half a mile. No, I think that's even farther, isn't it? I thought that was farther. 900 yards, maybe not. I don't know. But that's crazy. And he didn't look like he was in the best shape.
no, and 900 yards.
And I don't,
that's
he
quite a
might
ways
have
to
planned
swim.
all this, but I'm thinking he planned to swim out to his death.
Yeah.
But
From-
after having an encounter with the fire department, he was like, "Shit, I
From-
can probably walk away from this."
Yeah,
from
for
my
sure.
understanding,
Change his
he was
mind.
a pretty big dude. All right, and from what I understand, bigger than me. I would have a hard time swimming out 900 yards. I would be, I don't think I've ever swam 900 yards.
Hell, man, I swam out into the middle of the lake, out in Valkyria Grant one year because my jet ski shit the bed. Somebody was on it. I had to swim out there and flip it over because they couldn't figure it out.
And let's not forget he's
And
in his
I
60s
about
too.
drowned, and this wasn't a big lake. Yeah, this guy looks like a bunch of people I might know, but it's not. Yeah, and supposedly this is the surveillance photo of him walking down the beach. But is this the same guy? Is a photo on the right that we're seeing here also an older
Right.
photo? Because he does
I don't
not look just.
That he looks
Yeah.
like he's got, I don't know, like long hair. I don't know, something.
They that was one of the other things I heard the local PD got some shit for was the photo that they released was old, and then they finally came out with a newer photo, but it was like 2 weeks later. Like, what took you guys so long to update the photo to something newer?
Right.
That was the original photos that came out right there.
Yeah. Well, this is a picture of what they had projected on their wall.
Mhm.
A friend of ours, a local journalist, Thomas Kennedy, he sent me the picture because I was like,
Mhm.
"Where's this? I can't find it anywhere on their website. Can't find it in the sheriff's department. Can't find it nowhere."
Mhm.
And he's like, "I had to take a picture," and he sent it to me. I was like, "Christ, man, what is going on here?" And we're just gonna let this. I don't have very much faith in city cops. I'm sorry. In all due respect, especially big cities, but all of them. Every cop that puts on a uniform, whether they're working for a city or they're working for a sheriff, you've got my respect. But I've seen the whole idea of a city cop working for a city manager that's answering to a city council. It just,
Right.
I don't know. It scares me. It's just more policing and not necessarily constitutional.
It still feels like the city cop should have a sheriff. That
Well, they do, but in
It's
Florida,
it's different. though.
municipalities
Yeah.
override
Right,
the
that's what I
county.
mean.
So it's not meant for counties to be like a
right.
fiefdom or anything like that.
They don't
Which
really-
it should have more control.
They
because,
don't have a true sheriff.
well, like I'm looking out here
Mm.
at Fellsmere, I covered the meeting last week about this development they want to do and other kinds of zoning, and the county supplies the sheriff's department, which supports police departments because most of them don't have the same funding,
Right.
but fire rescue, water in most cases, sewer, they handle land conservation, all that. So a lot falls on the county administration also, and that affects everybody in the county. So what they do at the south end of the county affects everybody at the north end of the county one way or another, even when it comes to like water drainage and stuff like that, especially into our waterways. Even different counties, what Port St. Lucie is doing with water runoff into
Yeah.
the lagoon and the rivers are
Right.
affecting other counties downriver and upriver. So I think there should be a little bit more of a standard or a compliance factor, and especially when you have underserved county or city commissioners, not commissioners, but commissions or councils or boards, whatever you want to call them, with the less experience. They're not paid very good. They're not paid good at all. And you think they shouldn't be, but who the hell wants to do that for nothing?
Right.
I was sitting there at the meeting and I'm wondering why these people aren't so friendly and why they ain't speaking up. Why are they mad that there's freaking 200 people here and half of them have to stand in the hallway? And I looked it up. They only make like $4,500 a year,
Yeah, they
No.
don't make that much
No.
money.
and they got a campaign for that. And
Yeah.
nowadays, campaigning for anything ain't worth a shit. You won't find me doing it.
And what kills me is, okay, I agree they should make more money, but for example, the wasted money, our water meter on the not my side, on their side, on the county side, had a little leak. Do you want to know what came out to my house? Over $1 million worth of equipment, 15
Yeah.
people. 15, I literally counted them. Probably all making probably close to 100 grand a year because they're all operating heavy equipment. Like I said, over $1 million worth of shit. And for something that a plumber could have just came out and fixed in probably 30 minutes, and they turned it into a 8-hour day for a little tiny leak on a pipe for the water line. Freaking ridiculous. The amount of money that they waste, and then you got stuff like that where more money needs to go.
Yeah. DT's paying attention. The proposed development across from the Fellsmere dump and the wave pool, the traffic should be a ball getting in and out of Fellsmere. This one, Legacy Landing, is actually west of the wave pool, and it's behind O'Reilly. And one of the entrances is actually in between O'Reilly and the dump. Or no, maybe it's on the other side of O'Reilly. And you're talking one tree per 4 units,
Right.
where in some places you need like 4 trees per quarter acre. No, it was because one of the entrances is on the next road north of 512. This was Legacy Landing. Nothing's been approved yet, so maybe there's another development. I know there's other ones, and I'm not quite sure the geography on all of them, but I think it has a lot to do with everybody in the county, and they sure showed up on the other night, and I don't think they were ready for it.
Right.
There was standing room only, but as soon as we went in there, being a local journalist, went in there and stood up against the wall, the city's police chief came over and told us, with no standing, if you don't have a seat, you have to wait outside. And he was quick to tell me, I don't make the rules. He's like, if you don't have a seat, no standing, you have to go outside. I don't make the rules. I was like, very like obvious that he wanted me to understand he don't make the rules. And I can respect where he's coming from with that, but it is still unfortunate that,
He's got to enforce them.
man. And it's such a unique little town with so much history, now so much landmass, and this can happen in anybody's backyard.
Yeah.
So I know we have a lot of people that don't
Speaking of landmass,
close by, but
as soon as I get on 95 to come here, welcome to the city limits of Fellsmere. I'm like, well, I got to drive another 30 minutes to get to the city of Fellsmere.
well, and here's the detrimental thing.
That's a lot of land right there.
What is that? 12 miles. That's 12 miles just from exit to exit. That's all Fellsmere.
Right. And then it goes all the way down to, what's that, 512 that comes around? And
Yeah. So that's another probably 12 miles or something like that.
Probably, yeah, that might even be a little more than
Right.
12.
So they have a lot to do with county happenings, and overdevelopment and lack of oversight could really affect the county. And,
How far does it go?
especially
Much,
with possible property taxes.
does it go much past the other side of 512?
I don't think so, but that one company wanted them to annex their property so they could
Right.
get it zoned to develop. Thank God they said no. Like how much land more? Like think of the mileage though. The land mass Fellsmere has. Vero Beach is landlocked. They cannot expand anywhere. The only way they can expand is their business district, and that's adding or rezoning some of that for residential in the second and third stories of some of those buildings. Vero Beach is done. As far as development and growth for Vero, they can't develop anywhere.
No,
They
it's
have
all right.
nowhere to annex to. Nothing. They're done.
And Vero has a restriction too over by the beach side. You can't go any higher than like
3
2
stories.
There's only one, I
Yeah,
think, one building that's higher than that, and that building was what caused that.
Right.
But Vero, I mean, for many years, Vero has done whatever they could to try not to become a little Miami like a Port St. Lucie.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want that kind of growth. They want to kind of try to stay small, which I appreciate.
Who?
Hmm?
Who?
I appreciate it.
Who? Vero?
Yeah.
Well, because they
Not-
can't.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
they
don't
can't.
want to either.
Yeah, but he
right?
says he
Which I like.
appreciates Vero does that.
Yeah, I appreciate that we don't have skyscrapers being built on the beach and shit like that. And hey, Costco wants to come here. No, we got a Sam's. We're good. You know, we don't need two of those same kind of businesses. I can appreciate that, anyways.
I've seen Fellsmere Police at the Stick Marsh entrance. If you don't know where the Stick Marsh is, it's like one of the bass fishing capitals of the world. Yeah, they go all over now. I mean, they'll even cover 95 when the state trooper's not around. So, and there's only a few of them. But they're city cops. Like, what are they gonna? Do they have the funding? I don't understand how it all works, but I'm not in law enforcement, so I'm not trying to take away from them. What do you got, Leo?
No,
I thought
I'm just
you
saying
had
I agree.
something.
No.
But again, whatever. Let's move on. We're going on 35 minutes of this banter. You guys know this comedian. He played in Jim Brewer. You know Jim Brewer? He's really
Name
come out
sounds familiar.
in outspoken about this anti-woke stuff, and he's kind of woken up a little bit. I've got this little clip I found of him who explains it all.
Entire system is controlled. The fear of not having money. The fear of not having money. The fear of not having a job. The fear of we're going to go to war. Oh, you need this. You need insurance. You need whatever. The system has to be taken down. It has no choice. It has to be taken down. The system has to be taken down. It has no choice. It has to be taken down. This entire system is controlled by fear. The fear of not having money. The fear of not having a job. The fear of we're going to go to war. The fear of like, oh my God, what if this happens? I have no insurance. Everything is based on fear. All of it.
Starting to scare me.
He's not wrong.
No. What do you think, Leo? About all this insurance and you got to insure your business, you got to insure your car, you got to insure your family, you got to insure your house, your roof, your all kinds of stuff needs insurance now.
I gotta
It's just ridiculous.
insure my side by side.
But you don't get it back. Like
No.
if you don't use it, you don't get it back.
That's like certain life insurance policies Like they have these like term life.
Yeah.
You can't lose because if something happens, your family gets the money, and if you don't use it, you get the money back. So it's almost like a savings account.
And you can sell it too. Yeah.
But yeah,
Sell it back or something.
what about insurance? That never happens. You never see that back. You could pay insurance your entire life, and then when you need it, like for example, my health insurance. My father, his whole life, paid health insurance. Then towards the when he was in his mid 60s, he wasn't working a full-time job anymore. All he had was a part-time job, so no health insurance. Had a stroke, probably acquired $100,000 in medical bills. He paid health insurance for over 40 years.
Yeah, I think you should get a rebate on all
Yeah, for
that
sure.
when you retire, or even at an earlier age.
Yeah. Or it should be like at a certain ages, you get a certain amount.
Yeah,
I'd rather hit the craps table with my insurance money and get better returns, or your 401k.
Yeah.
Let me get a rebate or a tax cut or something. Like, let me get some money back. Like, I didn't use it, man. And then when I go to use it, when I need it, you're only going to cover so much of it anyways.
look at Social Security. What about all the people that die a couple years before they collect? Where's that money go?
Well, to their spouse or to their kids.
Well,
but
maybe.
that's all a fucking
What if they
scam.
didn't have any? What if they didn't? The kids don't get Social Security. Your spouse maybe. But what if you didn't have a spouse? You got all these people that die in like their 60s, never see any of their fucking Social Security. All that money, where's it go? It gets wasted, stolen. Think about all the tax money. So if I enter a contest to win, for example, one of the YouTubers I watch, Cletus McFarlane, they're giving away this Corvette and a truck right now. It's probably like, worth around $100,000. So let's say I won that. I got to pay taxes on that because I won $100,000 worth of shit, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to sell that for $100,000 to Leo. I'm going to sell it all. Guess what?
Well,
Taxes got to be paid on that again.
yep.
Yeah, we're double taxed like crazy. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely ridiculous. And Leo's got to pay taxes on it too.
All right. Well, moving on from all that depressing shit. More depressing
I can go on about that shit for a
It's
whole
fake.
fucking
It's,
episode.
Vince, it's fake money. That's how it is. At the end of the day, it's just fake money. It's just
Fake-
like tax on top of tax on top
Yeah.
of tax.
I'll
on top
end
of
it with
tax.
one last thing.
It's
Just
just-
think about how many times a dollar bill goes through circulation in a year.
Oh no, I believe it.
Think
And
about
let's just
how
say
many
average-
hands that shit's been in.
Average tax, let's just say 7 cents every time it's spent.
Would you
Right.
eat $1?
Can
How
I
many-
eat $1?
Yeah. Would you
So
put
that
$1
$1
in your mouth?
probably earns $700
No, you know how
by the end of the year.
disgusting-
Dirty. You don't put dirty things in your mouth, and we'll get back to that.
Oh,
Here, you
Oh,
mentioned this.
how dirty.
I shouldn't have said that.
Hey,
And you'll understand why.
hey.
The Florida AG launches criminal investigation into OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, over FSU shooting case. Did you bring this up, Leo?
Oh yeah, I had told you about that. That
Yeah.
he had used Chat GPT to see when it was the most occupied and the most
Yeah.
busy time.
Well,
of,
this right here says the Florida Attorney General James Othmeyer announced Tuesday that his office is criminally investigating OpenAI, alleging that ChatGPT may have helped the accused FSU shooter plan the 2025
Yeah.
attack that killed 2 and injured 6 plus others. The unprecedented legal move tests whether AI companies can be held criminally responsible when their chatbots allegedly assist in violent crimes. Prosecutors say chat logs show the suspect asked ChatGPT about weapons, timing, and campus crowd locations before the shooting. This is the guy. Hopefully that's after they beat the shit.
You
out of
would
him.
think that they would, this is an intelligent AI, that they would be able to put some sort of thing in there where it would draw a red flag when certain things like that are searched, and authorities it'd be reported to them. I mean,
Yeah.
you certainly think that the technology is definitely there for that.
It's stopped me from making things for like thumbnails because it interpreted it as me altering what somebody like a public figure's image. That dude got chow in his jaw. He got something in his jaw. I think he got a boot to the lip. Something. Yeah. So what else do I got here? Yeah, so ChatGPT could get a whole lot more expensive, I guess.
Oh yeah, for sure.
May have to go to Grok. Because I use it. I use it to store notes. I use it to brainstorm stuff. I use it to figure shit out. Like if I'm wondering, like, how does NBC do this? Or how do they do this on Tim Pool? And most of the freaking time, it gives me pretty good answers.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't use it, but
I've got more here, though. You got anything to say about FSU and ChatGPT? You use it?
Not really. I use it. I'll tell you what I use ChatGPT. I'll be 100% honest with you. I use it for my gardening.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
And like I'll take pictures of like my garden and I'll be like, give me a mock photo of this. Tell me what would look nice, what kind of flowers to buy, what kind of stuff to buy. And that's what I use it for, is to give me things to whatever it is.
I don't really use ChatGPT, but I use I'll ask Google for stuff quite a bit. And I know Google uses some AI.
Yeah, they have their own Gemini. It's useful too. It's gotten to be, it's helped searching a lot better. Although it does keep you from visiting websites, which probably hurts, traffic.
I've used Google a lot recently, to help. I've had some medical things. So just kind of researching stuff like that. And I know it uses AI to find a lot of that stuff, but I tend to do, hey, Google, and there goes my phone right now.
Yeah, careful,
right,
DT.
Shut up,
You could be replaced by AI. Yeah, especially when the calendar's AI, the thermostat's AI,
everything is AI.
The refrigerator's AI. Everything.
The other day, I was setting up some lights for outside my house. Because I have some beams and stuff like that, and I wanted some lights and change the color of the lights for different holidays. It just the older I get, the more I get into like gardening and doing all these crazy things. Anyways, it was asking me about like I could change the color from my phone, or like I could change the color, the time, and ask it to do this and tell AI or Alexa, and it's like, what in the world?
I'm not gonna lie. I always kind of wanted to do one of those smart home things where you can turn your lights on from your phone at your house and shit like that. But
it'd be pretty cool. All right, moving on.
Don't have it, can't afford it.
We'll probably end up ending quick, but I got other stuff we can talk about. Let's get this one out of the way. Pretty important, and we've heard talks about this kind of stuff before in the past, but a little bit on the historical, spiritual, realm. Let's see what they're going to say.
Researchers working in the high mountains of Turkey have uncovered what appear to be hidden tunnels similar to the descriptions of the biblical account of Noah's Ark.
Our next guest says newly found evidence that Noah's Ark did in fact exist, turning this biblical mystery into a reality. Joining us now from Turkey is one of those researchers from Noah's Ark Scans, Andrew Jones. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us and for all the good work that you're doing. This is fascinating. Tell us
Were
about
they
your
saying in the beginning they used to see it? Satellites? Drones or
sonar?
Thank you for having me on. Yes, greetings from the mountains of Ararat, where the Bible says the ark landed about 1 mile from the Iranian border. And in this remote area, this boat formation was discovered in 1959. But our new research has shown that there are tunnels about 4 meters down, about 2 meters high, going down the center of the boat, and on the inside edge of the hull shape. And so we really believe that this layout showing tunnels and also possible support beams and walls would suggest that it's a man-made object, not just a natural formation.
Yeah, many geologists disagree with that. They say, look, this is just a natural formation. But gosh, Andrew, when I look at that, it doesn't look very natural to me. What's your response to those geologists?
Yeah, so first of all, you have to explain how did the earthen formation get into the shape of a ship and then is exactly 300 cubits long, which is the length given in the book of Genesis in the Bible. And so we have the exact length, we have the ship shape, and we're in the right location. And now we're also seeing that the soil inside is different from right outside the
So this is ground that's not underwater.
more organic matter.
Yeah, this is like in the mountain.
Yeah.
Versus right outside. So it's a distinct object and not just part of the mountainside.
Can you take your work underground and explore some of these tunnels to get a definitive answer?
That is the next goal. We're really hoping that the Turkish universities will be able to do that. And so that's the plan. And that's what we've suggested. And we're even wanting to help with designing a robot that can go down into these tunnels and film and take samples.
I understand that your organization is called Noah's Ark Scans, which probably answers my next question for me. But in your heart of hearts, based upon all the time and all the effort that you have put into this, do you truly believe that you have found Noah's Ark?
Yes, I do believe that this is the real decayed, buried remains of Noah's Ark, the famous ship.
That would be cool.
And we're doing our best to commit to
About that though, how old is it?
Gosh.
American researchers working in the high mountains of Turkey.
How old is it? If you know, or if you got Google open, how long ago was Noah's Ark? I forget. I should know this.
Hey Google.
There should be some biblical.
How long
scholars
ago
in the
was
comments.
Noah's Ark?
I know there's a replica of like a museum or something like
In
that.
Tennessee, I think.
Of it, and it looks pretty cool.
Biblical chronicles often place the event roughly 4,300 to 5,000 years ago.
Can you imagine that?
Jeez.
5,000 years ago, 5,000-year-old boat buried in sediment on the mountaintop. It would make sense.
I mean, it would be great if that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, that would be pretty fucking cool. It really would.
Yeah. John said we had some echo in that video. I don't know because don't hear it here, and I could not change anything here. But it might have been the actual video. I don't know. What do I got here? This isn't it. Yeah, this was it. But we're not going to play it again. But yeah, finding Noah's Ark is pretty major. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. What was it? Just 20 or 30 years ago, or what was it, more than that, but still under 100 years ago, when they found the Dead Sea Scrolls and the other 23 lost cannons or something like that. It's stuff that's thousands of years old.
Yeah.
5,000 years old, though, I don't know. Like, that sounds like it's still pretty recent. I don't know. Boneyard, Alaska. Look up Boneyard, Alaska, DT says.
What's Boneyard, Alaska?
I don't know, but I could. It just. What do I got here? You're playing it over
Boneyard,
the
Alaska.
speakers in the studio. It wasn't, though.
Boneyard, Alaska. Hold on.
I don't know.
Why did my phone just freeze up? What are you getting me into, DT? They're trying to block this. Boneyard, Alaska is a 2022 documentary film about an Alaskan gold miner, John Reeves, who discovers a massive, well-preserved collection of ice-aged animal bones. The film follows his family's journey underneath these fossils, which offer a unique look into the Pleistocene epoch, I don't know if I said that right, and explores the challenges of paleontologic find.
Yeah, it sounds pretty scientific. But yeah, I mean, finding the... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but the Great Flood, only 5,000 years ago? Jesus was what, 2,300 years ago? Or no. No, 2,000 years ago. Coming up, another, 6 years would have been 2,000 years since his crucifixion. So
5,000 years. That's freaking crazy.
Is it? But what I'm saying is I would have thought the Great Flood was even farther back than that, because in the time of Noah, who was a descendant of who? Enoch? Those people lived a couple hundred years old, supposedly, according to biblical.
Which that I don't.
Scripture.
I mean, I don't buy that. But
how do you know?
I mean, yeah, it just over time, people have now they live longer than they did years ago.
Well,
it would be hard to believe.
That's good, but in the beginning,
200 years.
In the very beginning, during God's development. I mean, we know he developed everything in 6 days and rest on the seventh, but obviously the threat wasn't there like it is now if you were so prone to disease and whatnot. Who knows? I mean, it's all about faith, but I think that would be pretty cool.
For sure.
I'm fascinated with like the Ethiopian Bible and how some of these other branches of like the church just said, no, we're not going along with that because we still believe in the original scripture, and a lot's been going on with the Catholic Church and stuff like that. We've talked about that. We don't need to go into that again. But before we go, I have a really special video for you guys. What did I do? Everything will make sense.
I didn't know that this wasn't common knowledge. I didn't know that this wasn't common knowledge. And if you didn't know this, that means you don't follow me. Have always indulged in cannibalism. They ate their slaves, and they ate black people that were free after the Emancipation Proclamation.
What the fuck is this bitch talking about?
If you didn't know this, you don't follow me. And if you don't follow me, you should follow me. My name is Kim.
I'm never gonna follow you.
I'm not part of Hillman Talk. I just do it for fun. And out of the passion that I have for spreading Black history, like everything else on my page, and just like everything else on my page, I'm not just there are a plethora of books that you can look into that prove that this is fact. Books like The Delectable Negro, which covers recipes of how to eat Black people. Another book called Edible People, the historical consumption of Negroes and foreigners, and I believe it was like the cannibalistic.
They taste like chicken.
And that's just two of many. But yeah, if you want to know more about the topic, if you scroll down on my page, I have a video called White People Ate Black People. It's very informative. So go ahead, learn you something, follow me. I teach Black history, also tap my link tree. I have a nonprofit, a YouTube, all that
Don't
good
ever
stuff.
show me this bitch again,
No,
okay? Shut up. What a
Yeah,
bunch of
I don't know what's
nonsense.
going on with the platform, but John says we still have an echo.
Just when we're playing videos, I guess.
I guess you don't hear it here on this end. But
Weird.
I think they're trying. Yeah, right. What the hell?
That was
TP?
complete.
I've never
freaking
heard
nonsense.
of that. Nobody wants to eat anybody.
I don't want to
White
eat any
people.
people.
Don't want to eat black people. Black people don't.
And
want
call
to eat
me
white people.
racist
Why?
if you want to. If I'm going to eat a person, the black person's the last one I want to eat. Unless they taste like
That's
chicken.
crazy.
They might. Maybe that was racist too. Who knows?
Well,
Whatever.
you gotta watch what you eat.
Yeah, I can't eat greasy chicken. No more KFC for me.
Nobody's eating black people.
I've
to the
never
70s.
never
Come on.
heard of slave owners eating their black slaves. I've never heard that in my entire life.
Let me try this, John. Let me know if it echoes.
I didn't know that this wasn't common knowledge. And if you didn't know this, that means you don't follow me. But white people have always indulged in cannibalism. They ate their slaves, and they ate black people that were free after the Emancipation Proclamation, after lynchings. If you didn't know this, you don't follow me. And if you don't follow me, you should follow me. My name's Chemistry. I teach Black history. Hillman Talk. I just do this for fun. And out of the passion that I have for spreading Black history.
Yeah, fake news.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy ass people. I ain't never heard of that before. And I knew
No.
some racist people, and nobody ain't told no stories about.
She talks about it like it's
Cooking
common
people up
knowledge,
after
like
lynchings.
everybody knows about it.
No echo, no. Yeah, it's something to do with, I don't know what's going
From
on.
muting our mics.
Had to mute our mics.
That's weird though. It only does it while playing video.
I don't know.
Always something.
We've saved so much money on this platform. I hate to have to jump ship.
Hey, it's your boy Leo from To The Point Podcast.
It's just got it all. I don't know what happened here.
I kind of leaned in. Oh,
There we go. Anyways, what else do we have? Let me see if I got anything else right.
Gas prices, man.
Before
This
we
shit's
go.
killing everybody.
Yeah,
hopefully soon it's supposed to start going down.
it went
but
down.
Yeah, not enough.
Florida, if you're in Florida, pay attention to the elections coming up. Definitely if you're local, Indian River County, pay attention, man. There's some snakes out there, some wolves in sheep's clothing, and then there's some really good people who are in danger of losing their positions.
I'm kind of nervous about who's going to be our next governor.
Yeah, because a lot of our local media, like on social media, is definitely anti-Byron. And I actually had...
Yeah, I mean, we've been lucky. I mean, DeSantis has, been really good to Florida. Just really nervous if we get somebody who comes in here and that's not as Second Amendment friendly and, maybe wants a lot of red flag laws and stupid shit like that that we got to worry about when we get a new governor.
Up there. So I think people look at it and say, you got a guy like Byron. He just hasn't been a part of any of the victories that we've had here over the left over these last years. He's just not been a part of it. Victories up there. So I think people look at it and say,
that was DeSantis about Byron Donalds. He just really hasn't been a part. Like he played a decent part. He backed up MTG and Matt Gaetz while he was up there in Washington. But really, what has he done?
Yeah.
Here, him and his wife, there's so much controversy over the charter school program they got money from. And there's video out there of confrontations of him at the grocery store. And it's just, they're transplants. They're not Florida grown. Are they going to be bad? Is he going to be bad for Florida? I don't know. Here's another DeSantis video. I don't know what it is, though. We'll find out.
This guy Jeffries popping off in Washington about Florida. Wants to be Speaker of the House. And he's kind of like, more liberal than Pelosi and all this other stuff from New York City. I just want to know. Florida can't do. We're going to go after Florida. Please be my guest. I will pay for you to come down to Florida and campaign. I'll put you up in the Florida governor's mansion. We'll take you fishing. We'll do all this stuff. There's nothing that could be better for Republicans in Florida than to see Hakeem Jeffries, everywhere around this.
He gets a little Trumpish here, and there's more to that, too. Hold on.
Will not like what they see. They will not want that type of ideology, and so the door is open. The invitation's out there. I don't think there'd be anything better for the Republican Party of Florida but to have Jeffries there. Now, I kind of feel bad for the guy because he's as left as they come. He's always going left, and yet the far left hates him. They call him a dollar store Obama. They call him AIPAC Shakur, all these different derogatory names that they do. And so he's tried to ingratiate himself with but they're just not drinking the Kool-Aid, and so they give him a hard time. So I kind of feel bad for that. But please be my guest to come down in Florida. We would love to have you. Any questions?
Yeah, that picture of him in high heels, I don't get it either. What do we got? Sounds great. Someone who's woke. Still can't get over his high heels. For fuck's sakes, just legalize recreational marijuana and let us grow it. I agree.
Yeah.
Why are we regulating it like we are? We could still regulate it, tax it, but don't try to control it for industry like they did tobacco 100 years ago. So, yeah, that was him about Hakeem Jeffries, because now there's a rezoning war. We've talked about this in the past for districts and representatives to send to Washington. Virginia just voted to rezone their legislative districts, which is going to stack the House with more Democrats. Texas tried to do it. I think the court shut them down, but Florida is going to do it, and that's what he's referring to. Hakeem Jeffries is threatening that if Florida moves forward with this, that all of these so-called hotshot Republicans they're going to lose their positions because Hakeem Jeffries is going to come down here and campaign against them. And it's people like Anna Paulina and Brian Mast, who's to the south of us and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. Puts Florida always, again, in the hot seat when it comes to election season. So they need to get it done. And if they do go forward, this is for the 2026 election. So they need it. They need to work on it. Did Texas do it? I hope so. More states need to, because all that has to do is it's about representing the people in your district. And when you look at like Virginia, if 40% voted for Donald Trump, but they're only getting 10% of the district seats, it doesn't match. So if it's a 60-40, the same should be with representatives. Like, your districts should map out based on your demographics that way.
Right.
And
That's
they're gerrymandering. It's called gerrymandering, where they draw these crazy ass maps to include this neighborhood with this neighborhood, and that puts them in this demographic. They can put Sheila Jackson here,
kind of like
Jasmine Crockett. These wacko progressives.
Kind of like Georgia as a state goes Democrat most years, but it's all because of Atlanta.
Right.
Whereas if you go outside of Atlanta, most of Georgia is Republican. But most of the landmass is all Republican, but they've got the population right there in Atlanta.
Yeah,
and
well,
so
Georgia, I think, is pretty much carved up correctly so far in Georgia, but there are states where they just draw these crazy maps so they can get the right demographics in to justify another seat. And it's usually done at the beginning of a decade. And Texas started this by doing mid-decade because they're like, hey, their excuse was our population exploded thanks to California. Number one exporter of U-Haul trucks was California. And where'd those trucks go? Florida and Georgia. So our numbers have changed. So Texas saw it in their right to do these redistricting things. There's no law saying they can't. They just have to go through the legislative process in their state to do it. So that started a war in some other states, and so be it. If we need to redraw the whole freaking map for congressional districts, so be it. If it ends up with more Democrats and more Republicans, whatever. More representation is good. But I don't think they need more money to do it. I don't really have anything else. I still can't get over that one lady claiming whites were eating blacks right up until the 70s. I don't know. Have you ever thought about eating a black person?
No, I haven't even thought about eating no cats, no nothing, anything.
That's all I got. And we're right at an hour and 3 minutes. So I appreciate you. Thanks for jumping in there, John. Thanks, DT, for getting in there, and shirts on the way. Don't forget, coming up in a couple weeks is the Conspiracy Club 101, live from Filthy's in Vero Beach, where you can find us on all the platforms and whatnot. And check out ircmedia.net. Sorry, I'm halfway off the camera. And see what all we got going on. We're going to be redoing some apparel, so keep an eye out for that. Joanne's going to be selling some shirts to help her free speech defense fund. And so we hope you'll help support that. Also, keep a lookout for our friends Jennifer Pippin, Jackie Rosario. They are campaigning Jackie to keep her school board seat in Indian River County, and Jennifer Pippin's running for county commissioner. Sign a petition, donate $50, whatever you can. Check them out. They're good people, and they deserve your attention, whether you vote for them or not. But that's all I got, and I'm going to hurry up and transition us so we can all get out of here. I think Leo just showed himself. Yep. All right, so we'll see y'all next week, right?
Yeah, for sure. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Okay. Well, nice.
Podcast warriors say the flame to shout. Make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise. Fighting woke mobs and the kids with toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truce to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night. Fight the woke mob, cancel their crying. Truth on the mic while they keep lying. They wanna cancel, they wanna control, but we got the truth, we breaking the mold. Speak your mind, don't sword of God.